Hello, my name is Justin Bryan, and I am here with choreographer Tommie Waheed-Evans from Waheed Works. We just saw a fabulous performance of Crossroads here at Plays and Players in Philadelphia. Tommie, can you tell us about Crossroads? When I think of Crossroads, I see paths crossing, conflicting ideas. It was so passionate. It was edgy. Can you tell us what inspired you to create Crossroads?
Well, first, what inspired me to create Crossroads is by the death of my grandmother. She died in December, and I basically wanted to start to do works in the year 2011-12 season as a choreographer, which we'll get into later, that are dedicated to her, in remembrance to her, in honor of her, are in concept about her. And basically, in doing research and talking to different dancers, Crossroads kept appearing.
Okay.
Crossroads being that you're on this path, and path to death,
Okay.
path to heaven. But then I thought that Crossroads then from there can become so broad.
Right.
And so therefore that people can watch it and say, oh, it's about conflict, it's about choices, it's about relationships, it's about spirituality,
Exactly.
it's about so many different things. But the impulse came from the death of my grandmother.
Okay. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Sorry to hear that. So we just had a talk back, and Tommie mentioned that he has tons of his friends performing in this in the performance. A lot of them from Philadanco, which Tommie is also, I believe, a dancer with Philadanco. But you have dancers from all over the place. Is that correct?
Yes. NY He Works basically is a pickup project.
Okay.
And I do ask dancers from different companies. This just kind of really worked out the way that 6 of the dancers on this project came from Philadanco. And one of the dancers, Kervin J. Boyd, he came from Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater.
Okay.
But then I had another dancer, Tenise Ellis.
Okay.
She came from Philadanco.
dancer.
She's formerly from Philadanco, and now she's currently a Radio City Rockette. And basically, in the past, I've worked with dancers from El Leon Dance Theater. I have one dancer, Gary Jeter, who always works with me. He did the project in the summer. He's in Complexions, Contemporary Ballet. And then I have dancers also who came from Rebecca Davis. The list can go on currently right now. So that's what pretty much the background of the dancers are. But the majority do always come from Philadanco because I'm a stickler that I like people to always be in the majority of rehearsals.
Okay.
So it's easier that way.
Okay. So I was watching this performance. There was technical work. There were arabesques. There was legs kicking. There were turns, but there was also a lot of grounded movement. So how would you describe your movement quality, your style, your choreographic, flavor?
It's everything.
Everything. Okay.
If I knew how to tap, I think I would incorporate
Put
tap.
that in. Okay. Great.
But I don't. But I dance for a fabulous woman named Lula Washington Dance Theater, and Lula just believed to infuse all these things.
Okay.
If she can infuse it, she would. I'm sure by now she's doing Bollywood.
Okay.
But and when I was 18, 19, I kind of was resistant to that.
Okay.
But what I'm learning as a choreographer is you are going to naturally do things that you've learned. So the fact that I have learned how to do African, hip hop, jazz, ballet, different types of modern dance, like it does come out of me at random moments, like just very naturally, just in my movement process. So that's
All
how
right,
I do that.
Great. Thank you. I am so sorry for anybody who didn't make it to the performance tonight. Can you tell us what we can expect maybe in the future?
What to expect in the future? I definitely want to do installation performances next.
Okay.
I think theater performances are lovely, but I really like my performances to be an experience.
Okay.
So it's about taking and impressing limits and I have this fabulous idea in my head about doing a performance in a club, but doing it to artists like Aretha Franklin. It's really Aretha Franklin. I'm just going to go to say other artists, but it's really Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
But also, I do know that I'm not done with my spiritual side because I was raised in the church, and I love the spirit. I love the Christian experience. I love to worship God. I love to do all things to God. So
And that was very clear in the movement tonight.
very, very clear. My mother she saw the performance in New York, and she was very pleased with that. But I want to do an experience of all gospel, Christian, chanting, Buddhist, religion music all in one because I know like, a lot of times I like to infuse gospel and Christian music in things, but I want it to be, and it's not going to just be Christian. It's going to be like Buddhist and monk chanting and all kind of things just all in one. And I think the working title I'm working on right now is called Redemption.
Okay.
But that is just still in the planning stages, also with the Aretha Franklin installation. But in December, I'm doing a piece on the University of the Arts.
Okay.
And that piece is like the conclusion to my memorial to my grandmother. It's going to be called In Memoriam, and it's going to be jam-packed action, 12-minute, get your life, get your leg up, do everything out there. So, but and that's been such a wonderful experience. I've never really got the chance to work with college students in that close setting as if I'm a professor. So that's just been such great in my learning process.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. So as you heard, Tommie said that he's been in New York. This piece premiered in New York, if I'm not mistaken. There was a great performance tonight. He's a teacher at choreographing at the University of the Arts. So this is definitely a name that you will be hearing a lot about if you haven't heard already. So thank you so much for the excellent performance. Signing out, Justin Bryan.